In today's video I'm going to be doing another fully automated barn setup with cocoa seeds. It's almost the same as the barn setup from my previous video. It's not massive output, but it's very end game. You see all these videos on YouTube at 100k a day, your profits, your dealers can't sell that much. This is more than sufficient just to keep your daily operations running. I'm nearing the end. I just want to get to 10 million net worth achievement, which I'm virtually at now anyway. So this would just put me over the line and just build up some stock just slowly, with me having to do absolutely nothing apart from order stock to the warehouse. So I'm going to walk you around. This video I laid out everything beforehand because the last video is a lot longer, so I thought I'd shorten this one down a little bit. So let's jump right in. So you've got 18 pots, all nicely and neatly arranged down here, with 3 rubbish bins to get all of the mess up. Over this side you've got your 4 mixing stations with your racks behind them for the product. Over here we've got 3 drying racks with 4 cauldrons and another 3 drying racks over here. I've actually turned it all on to Heavenly now, which completely slows down the process. If you want to just do high, which is more than enough, you can like double your output for the day. But at the moment I'm just sticking with Heavenly. And then you've got your 4 lab ovens over here with your brick press at the end over here, and all of the output will be put into here. So here is the source for the botanist, and these are just optional, but they're just for a bit of extra storage. So if I jump in here and grab these, I'll probably fast forward this bit because you don't need to see me do all of this. Well, that's a little bit more fiddly than I'd thought it was going to be. Right, so then we're going to put the 10 lockers up in this corner. So do 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to put 2 over here and mirror it over this side. And that's your all of the equipment that you need. So like I said, there's 18 pots down here. You want to leave a nice little enough space for them to get through, and there's your sauce on that side. So shall we, let's set up all of the equipment. So if you go 1, 2, you're doing 3 at a time. Seeds, obviously cocoa seeds, and then destination, just pick one of the drying racks. And then 1, 2, 3. To another drying rack, and you just completely repeat this process. Do these ones over this side. That is has all of your pots set up. So when you've done that, come over onto managing your drying racks. Like I said, I'm setting them to heavenly, but you don't need to do that. You can set them to high, it's fine. So 2 of the cauldrons will have 2 of the racks, so they'll be doubled up. Once that's all set up, then you go to the cauldrons, which will be to a deck oven, 1 to each one. They're all set up, and then the lab ovens, you do 2 of them to 1 mixing station. So you go to that one, you'll skip this one, and you'll put the other ones into the 3rd one. So we go mixing station, turn the threshold up, put it to him, and manage this one, threshold up, and that goes straight to the brick press. Repeat the process with these 2. Oh, there it goes there. Then manage the brick press, and that just goes straight into the safe. So now that's all set up. Let's grab the employees. Start with you, cleaner. So run upstairs and do the lockers. And then he's doing that bin, that bin, and that bin. So he's done. We'll do the chemist next. So first chemist can do the mixing stations. That's him done. Second chemist can do the lab ovens. That's him done. And then the last chemist will be doing the cauldrons. You have to get some lights in here because it's really dark. So yeah, I'd recommend putting some lights all around up there. Right, so now the cauldrons are done. So now it is the botanist. Let's put all the 3 botanists over this side. Where's their supply rack? Their supply rack's over here. And she 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and he can have these 2 drying racks here. And he's set up. It's a really quick setup to do, so I'm whizzing through it quite quickly. It'll take you about 20 minutes, half an hour to set this up. And then you just sit back and you just let it roll. All you have to do is order the mixing stock. And then you can take that one and that one. He's done. So one more botanist to do, which is you. If you ever get lost of which pots you've missed, it actually sounds underneath it that it's managed there by Barbara, that one there's managed by Brendan, so you know it's this one here. Come back down and he takes the last 2 drying racks. Okay, so that's the botanist all set up, so now it's just the handlers to do. So you've got 3 handlers. Who have we got? We've got Mark. So Michelle's my girl, she's going to be doing the packing. So I'll grab you to start with. He doesn't need any assigned stations, so all he is going to be doing is fill up into the mixing stations. He's got one more route, so that can be the soil into the sauce. Okay. Then the next one will be Mark. Oh no, I've just done him. Jessica. Okay, so you'll be lockers up here. I've already got set up, so right, delete that. And you are doing loading bay 2 to all of these. So his job's going to be filling it up from the delivery slot to the mixing station. What you'll find is you just permanently have an order that just sits there and he just keeps on topping it up the whole time. Once a day, once every couple of days you have to fill it up again. There, and then what else can we get him to do? He can fill up the seeds into the sauce. That's him done, and then Michelle is the last one. Let's give her a locker. And she needs an assigned station. She does the brick press. So she's assigned to brick press. So because you want her to be quite focused on packing, I give her quite one of the easy jobs. So that will be the gasoline into all the cauldrons. Okay, so that's all of the cauldrons done, and she's got one more route left, so we will use that for loading bay 1, and that will be the seeds delivery into there. So now the only thing you'll have to do into this is manually fill these up, restock these, but these are like once a week, and you just go to shop, grab it with your hands, and then put it straight in there, and they're done. That's not a problem. And do the ordering. So if we do that now, so I've already got one there, so it'll be central. I'm using Cook, an energy drink, just like the previous setup. And that will always be into number 2. That's how I remember it. It's always stock into number 2, seeds into number 1. And then they will crack on with that once that has arrived. And that is the setup done. All that's left to do now is pay them, and they will start cracking with it tomorrow. When it's a completely fresh setup like this, it takes a couple of days for them to start, like the plants to obviously start growing and everything. But as you can see, I'd already loaded all of these up with leaves, so it should crack on a little bit quicker than in the last setup. But all that's left now for me to do is pay them, and I will skip and come back in a few days. Hello, so we've skipped about 4 days, and now I'm going to go check on the progress that they've made. All I've had to do over the last couple of days, this is in-game days, is send them their deliveries. So like I said, once a day I just send them their delivery, and then they crack on with doing that. So let's see how they're getting on. Really wobbly driving today, my goodness. Oh, sorry mate. Better not run my employees over. Oh, and I hit them, sorry. You'll be alright mate. You'll be fine. Right, so here we are. Like I said, this is 4 days later. There's permanently a delivery van just sat here. They just keep on unloading as and when they need it. And you just look on here, and that's the one for the barn setup, and that's the one for the docks. And the second it goes, you just order another one, and that keeps rolling all of the time. All of the plants are growing nicely. They're constantly filling up. The source is always filled up, and that's obviously where it comes from. I just move it over from there every now and then. And the soil and the gasoline is the only manual top-ups that I need to do, so I probably need to get around to topping them up in a little bit. As you can see, the lab oven's all working, the drying racks are going. Now obviously, if you just stopped it at high quality, you'd get a lot more product out of it, but because I'm adding it up to heavenly, it's taken a lot longer, which I'm not sure. I might tone it back down, but I've got so much product lying around that I'm just going to try for this for a little bit. And cauldrons are very empty at the moment because obviously the day's just started, so it's going to take a while for these to go into it. So it's a slow process. It's not the quickest of setups, but it's just enough. Let's see how much they've got. So like I said, it's been about 4 days, and they've got 18 bricks. So what's that, like 4 bricks a day, 4.5 bricks a day? It's not the greatest, but it's more than enough. So yeah, that's about it. That's my fully automated dock setup. I'm really happy with it. I've chucked in some lights around the place because, like I showed you before, it's actually really dark. So I've just chucked in some random lights around the place. I think there's about 10 in total. Just a couple up here to make this a little bit light, a couple in here, and a couple in here. I don't really use this bed. I use the bungalow to sleep at, and that's it. I hope you all enjoyed. I'm not sure what I'm going to do for my next video, so if anyone can give me any recommendations, anything you'd like to see. I've still got the stash and dash completely empty, so I'm thinking about maybe experimenting with like a meth setup in there or something maybe. Um, but yeah, other than that, take it easy, and I will see you again in the next video. Thank you very much for anyone that's watched. I really appreciate it. If you could just put me a like and a subscribe and maybe a comment, it would be really, really appreciated. Help that algorithm work. But until next time, take it easy. Thank you very much.